Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Stay tuned and watch the rest of this video as we try to see if we can put a center brace on our Arrma Vorteks. So stay tuned, let's go. All right. Hey gang, so welcome back. So it's been a while since I made my last video. Basically, I've got some other projects going on and actually does not have to do anything with RCs. I'm actually into Subarus and I picked up recently a Subaru Forester XT, a 2004. It's just been one of my dream cars I wanted to get back into, so I've been building up on that car and it's taken me away from building my RCs, but I finally got this in, guys. I know there's been a lot of talk about it on the forums. If you go on Facebook, even if you check out the, I'll show you on the computer. Even if you go to Arrma, and let's go here, on the upgrade parts, there is parts that you can get for the center brace. So there is a center brace pin, there's the dampeners, you can get the connectors. Let me go back one page. There's also the center brace mount that you can get. But there is no mention of what size tube that you can get. So I've already tried, I don't know if you watched my last video, but I've taken off of my Arrma Creighton 4S, the center brace on this, to see if it actually will fit on the Vorteks. So it did come close to almost making it fit. The problem is that when I did try to fit it, it was actually just too long. So you can do some adjustments with the end points or the end adjusters here. So I'll kind of open up this bag, but there are two other different size braces that you can get. So the shortest one that I was able to find, and this took me about a month, a whole month actually, just to get this in. I won't say who I ordered it off of. I got it off of a big company off of eBay. Well, it's a big company that sells RCs, but they're selling it on eBay. A local hobby shop didn't have it, but it's a 200 millimeter center brace, and hopefully this will fit, because with the center brace connector that we have here, as you can see, it's a long pin. You can do some adjustments by turning some screws. You know, we'll show you when we start to put it together and see if it'll finally fit. But there is this brace size, and then on eBay there is another brace size that's a little bit shorter. Now this one says it's for the Outcast Typhon 4, version 4 and 5, and it's a 233 millimeter one. Okay, there is also a 240 millimeter one, and I think that's what's in the 4S Creighton right now, or in the 4S series. So if this 200 millimeter brace does not fit, I'll basically will order the 233, because that's the only other brace that's gonna fit. I mean, if it doesn't fit, then I don't even understand why Arrma even has it up on their website. So let's get started, gang. Let's try and see if this will fit. Hopefully it does. I haven't seen anybody yet with the center brace on their Arrma Vorteks, and if this helps anybody with the frustration of ordering parts, hope this all helps you guys. So let's get to building the Vorteks. So let's go, guys. Let's go. Okay, guys. So here are the parts that I've ordered for the Arrma Vorteks, and hopefully this is the correct size tube that we'll be needing. Again, this is the center brace. I ordered a 200 millimeter length brace. It's part number ARA 320533. I couldn't find this anywhere. I actually found it on eBay. There was a few sellers from Great Britain and just one American seller. But the one American seller, it actually took me like a month just to get this. So I actually ordered this back way, I think in April, end of April, beginning of May, and it's already June. So it took about a month to get this. There are other sellers out there, but I think it's a special order part, because I don't know what uses this 200 millimeter length brace. The next available size, if this does not fit, is the 233 millimeter brace. Now I'm not sure if that's the one that's already in the Creighton 4S, because on the listing that I'm seeing off of eBay, let me just open the page while I look at this to see what it's for. It's a center brace. It comes with certain things. If it's Outcast, Notorious, Typhon, 2020, version 4 and 5 models. So if it does fit the Outcast and even the Typhon, the 2020 version of the Typhon, that might be good or bad news whether or not this will fit. So I'm assuming that because the Outcast does use, and even the Typhon, I think the length of the chassis might be the same as this Vortex, because this tube is kind of short when I look at it, but hopefully with these other pieces here, they'll fit. So let me show you the pieces that I got. So you're gonna need these other pieces. So as you know, if you look at your chassis on your Vortex, so I'll just bring it up right here. I already have the body off. So if you look at your Vortex, you already notice, and I'll move this battery wire out of the way. On your chassis, you already have the points here to put the center brace, and I'll just show you just for reference, like how short this is. See how short that is? So I'm already having doubts that this will fit, and I just don't understand what would be the in-between size, because it just doesn't say in the description what fits what. And I'm sure if Arrma knew, they should have just, advertised what will fit there. But in any case, it already has the points here where you can just mount it. And the only thing that you'll need is actually just some of these other parts. So it's basically the center brace kit, the center brace connector. So the center brace connector actually goes into the tube here. So because this is threaded, this is what I'm hoping will extend the length of this tube. And you got some rubber washers here, and these are the parts that are what you need. So you need some brace pins, and brace pins is basically what will go through the ends. So if I were to get the tube, it'll look something like this. Let me open up some of these. Okay guys, so I have all the parts laid out here and what comes in the bag. So I'm going to show you what parts that we're going to need, or what I think we're going to need. In the bag with the center brace connectors, or the mount set, I'm sorry, the mount set. So in ARA 320528, you'll get these here. So I think you'll get these 4 pieces right here. So I know you will be using the end pieces like this. You will be using one of these screw pieces here. And then it also comes with these 2 pieces here. Now, these 2 pieces here, I believe, what mounts to your chassis in order to put the bar in. So if you look at the top, if we were to put it together, it would go like this. But as we look at a Vortex chassis, it already has these parts, or this mount. So you're not going to need this. I'm going to put this on the side. I'll put it in a plastic bag here so we don't lose it. So right now I'm currently looking at the Arrma website. I'm basically using the Creighton 4S parts diagram. So this is what it looks like when you put this together. So if you look at your center brace here, you'll notice that there's a threaded end here on this side, and another end that's just open, has nothing there. Okay. So one side is threaded and the other side is just open. So on the threaded side, we're going to need this part here, this short tube. One end, it just has a hole, and the other end, it has the female threaded end there. So if you look at this, it has the threaded part of the female side, and we're going to screw this in here. Okay. So I'm going to screw it all the way in, just like so. Okay, and then now we have the pins. So we have these 2 pins here, and we're going to use the long silver one. This is part number ARA 320531. Okay, it's the center brace connector. This has a step on it. So if you look at this pin, I don't know if you need the light, but there is a step here. So you'll get this end piece, slide it on, it stops. This goes in there, okay, at least that part goes in. And we thread it down. Oop, wrong end. This, sorry, so it goes this way, okay? Because you want the threaded female part to go into the tube, okay? So first time doing it, guys, so I'm doing it with you, so hopefully you can learn from what I'm doing, from my mistakes, or just from this video to do this, okay? So we got this going in. Now, according to the diagram, we're going to need one of the rubber spacers. Let me just see if there are any different lengths, and they look to be all to be the same length. So there are 3 spacers, rubber spacers that come with it, and it says in the diagram just to use the one. So we put that on, and then lastly, we're going to have, there are 2 different end connectors here. Okay, there are 2 different end connectors. One seems to have a knurled end on it, the other just a smooth end. So it's telling me to use the one with the knurled end. So I'm going to screw that on. Okay, we're going to screw everything on and then just see whether or not we actually have any play here. Okay, so this is kind of weird already. So it seems this is where we can get some adjustment. It just seems to go in and out. So if we, I guess if we need to be longer, we can add another bushing, as you can see here. Okay, so we're just going to try this with size. And on the other end, this is where this part comes in. There's basically another length of rod, and it's totally knurled, or basically like a bolt that we just screw on this side. Now be careful when you put it in. You don't want to cross thread it or anything like that. And then this end should also have a screw end too. Okay, so I'm going to screw this down. So hopefully this fits, because this is the only parts that I have. It's the only thing that just by looking at the diagram is telling me to use. And we just want to make sure that these go together fine and we're not cross threading anything. I want to go slow. So I'm already going in crooked, so I just want to take this slow. Maybe we should take, no, it's okay. So I'm just going to take some time putting this in and starting it. Okay, so I'm assuming, okay, so once I get it started, it looks like, okay, this is how we can make an adjustment. So that's what I believe these other 2 are. If we needed to make it any longer, it just finishes the fit. So as you can see here, it's basically raw, where we have space here and space here. Again, we can move this in and out depending on how it fit in the chassis. If we do need to space it out, this is what these extra rubber spacers are for. Now we have these last 2 pins. You might be wondering what this is for, and basically these are the pins to put it into the chassis. So when you put it in our chassis, this actually slides in there like so, like that, and we just basically tighten these pins down with a set screw that goes onto the chassis. Okay, so I'll put this aside. This is the moment of truth, gang. So this end will go here. This end will go here. So ladies and gents, it fits. We are happy. Look at that, guys. Can you see that? I'll move the camera a little bit. There, that's a better shot. It does fit. So just to confirm, the parts that you need for your center chassis is all listed on the Arrma website. You can look it up there. Arrma website does not tell you which brace to get, but it is this one. Okay, if you can see that. You want the 200 millimeter length center brace. So basically, this is the pins. So we have the pins here. And you can do this without the tires, with the tires mounted. Now one side is threaded. Like if you see here, there is a threaded end on that. I don't know if you can see this, but there is a threaded side. So I just have to see on my chassis which side is the threaded side, which side is not. So I'm just going to use a little flashlight just to help me see. And I can't really tell, so basically I'm just going to put it in there and see which is the correct way. Okay. Look one more time. So there's one side that's kind of like oval, not circular but oval. So I'm going to put the pin on that end. Okay, so we're gonna put one of the pins here into the Arrma chassis. So if you look at the pin, you'll see that one side is just circular, and if I were to flip this pin around, the other side is just like almost like a rectangular shaped bar. Can you see that? So if I were to look at the chassis and how to insert this, that there. See if I can show this there. Well, if you don't look at it, I don't know if you can see it, but let me see if I don't know. I'm trying to get this shot without taking off the wheel. But in any case, one side does have this square or rectangular shape to it. So I'm going to put the screw in there. So I'm going to put it in, make sure everything fits, and then the last thing we do, we'll just have to set down or tighten the set screws. So stay tuned. Hang on. Okay guys, just bringing you back. So I already got the one side put in. You will need a set screw. So basically I have a box of screws here that I got off Amazon. So what I'm using is a M3 head that's 6 millimeters in length. And I'm going to get the other side, and then I'm going to start just by pushing it through just to get it started. I did find it difficult to get it started, just to get it in there. So it might take a little bit of a few moments just to get it in. Okay, so once you get it kind of like started, you will need to compress it a little. And that's what the rubber is for. And hopefully this will fit. So this might take a struggle for me. So I don't think I can actually tighten it anymore, this tube. Or can I? Let me see. Because it looks like I could actually, yeah, I could actually thread this a little bit more. I'm not sure if this making it any shorter. Let me do something here, because it looks like I just need a few more millimeters more to tighten. So I want to see if I can, there you go, I can tighten this down a little bit. So you can make adjustments on this side, the silver end, you can make adjustments on that. And then you put your bar in on this plastic here. And it looks like I need a few more millimeters. So you put the tube down, screw the tube all the way in. So I am getting closer. Let me see where I would be. I'm going to push it in a little. That actually might work. So let me see if it's a little bit, if it's the correct length, and I'll know because I'll be able to fit it through. So I'll use a flathead. I have a flathead screwdriver, a small one, just to help me assist pushing this bar through. Okay, looks like we got partially weight. Now I'm using a pair of pliers just to help push it in there, just like so. And you want to try and get it all the way to the other side, just like that. Okay, so that's it, guys. Looks like we're in. And I'm just going to tighten my set screw. Again, it's just the M3 6mm length one. You don't have to tighten it down so much, and that's it. We got our center brace, so success. Okay guys, so here we go. This is the final look of the center brace on the Arrma Vorteks. It is the 200mm center brace length. As you can see, I did some modifications as well by adding a Nidec fan. This is a 40 by 40 Nidec fan, and basically I'm just zip tying it to the center brace. I'll flip this a little onto the other side just so that you can see it a little bit better. So it's just like this. And I have a 3S balance lead just for power to go to one of the LiPos. So if I'm running two 3S LiPos for 6S, I can just plug it into one of the batteries. If I want to run like a 4S LiPo, I'll just have like a small 3S LiPo and run it and Velcro it on top of the 4S battery. And I'll get power to my server fan. These server fans, I like them a lot. I get them between $5 to $12 if I can find them on eBay. And I'll just solder in my own power and negative lead there. It might be harder to find because word might be spreading on the server fan. So I was lucky enough to get like I think 8 of them for like $25 or so, and this has been maybe like since last year, but I like that a lot. As you know from my videos, I'm running a 6S system. These are the electronics from my Mojave here. These are V2 electronics running on 6S, so this is what it looks like of the server fan over my Spektrum motor. So I haven't had any problems with the temperatures on the motor. I think the highest that I've seen it is maybe 130 degrees Fahrenheit over the center of the motor. At the ends they're a little bit cooler, but I've been running this without any fans over the motor for a while because I haven't found anything in terms of a heat sink that will clear this center brace. Because once you put a heat sink over this motor, there's not enough clearance between the motor and this center the center drive shaft. I noticed if I try to use I noticed this when I first put on the Vorteks stock heatsink with a smaller fan. It fit and everything, but once I try to button it up and put the center brace on, it just wouldn't slip on because this is just too thick. So this is the perfect solution for you guys that need a fan for your motor. So if you go with the center brace, you can just zip tie it just like that. So that's it, gang. That's the end of this video. I hope you'll find the information on this video helpful. I'll post up with the part numbers in the description. Also take a picture so that you can find out what you need. You can also find the part numbers on armarc.com under the option page. They won't include what center brace that you need. That was the question for everybody to do this modification. So I'll post it up also on Facebook on the Arrma Vorteks webpage, so you can see the pictures there if you forget or you can't get access to this video. So that's it, gang. I hope you liked this video. Tend to make more videos as soon as more things come up. Please visit my Instagram at What's New Today, or you can email me at whatsnewtoday@gmail.com, and we'll get some more videos out for you guys. All right, guys. All right, we'll see you again.